I'm Allie.
And I'm Becky.
We are registered dietitians that are passionate about food as medicine.
In this video, we are going to be making a super greens cube, which is a fabulous and convenient way to use up leftover greens and ensure that you're packing a nutritional punch into things like smoothies, bone broth, other recipes like bolognese, and so much more.
We love leafy greens. They are absolutely nutrient dense, providing a variety of antioxidants or phytocompounds that are very unique to support human health. In fact, leafy greens contain two really important, well-researched compounds. One is kaempferol, which has been shown in oncology research to actually be able to starve off tumor activity, reduce metastasis or tumor expansion or growth or progression of cancer in the body, and to have cardiovascular benefits. There's also quercetin in leafy greens, which is antihistamine effects for the body, reducing seasonal allergies and inflammation. We also see quercetin as a powerful player during the immune season, having some antiviral and immune-enhancing properties. Now, even just the kale here, which we're gonna put a variety of greens in our superfood cube, has 45 different flavonoids seen in it. And these antioxidants can protect against oxidative stress from free radicals, ultimately reducing the aging effects of the body and improving human health.
So beyond the antioxidants and polyphenols, we also see other vitamins and minerals in leafy greens. Predominantly, we see vitamin K in rich amounts in our leafy greens, vitamin C, vitamin A, even minerals like magnesium, manganese, and chromium.
We also see a variety of B vitamins in leafy greens. In fact, when we think of foliage or leafy greens, that's a great source of nature-made folate, or that natural form of folic acid. We're gonna put all of these different sources of greens together, blend them up, and then have a superfood greens cube that you can add to any family-friendly dish.
So the idea here is that we're going to pack our blender with as many sources of greens as we can. We probably want at least 4 different sources. Here we have 5 plus some blue-green algae. So we'll start with our baby spinach. I think everyone has seen a tub of baby spinach or mixed greens or arugula just wilt away and go bad in the back of their fridge. This is a great way to give new life and preserve without all of that food waste. So I'm gonna add in a whole bunch of this baby spinach. Spinach is actually going to be richer in chlorophyll, which we often hear about with our greens, than even wheatgrass, which is such a buzzworthy health food.
Next up is broccoli sprouts. So sprouts actually can have over 100 times the nutrient density of its parent vegetable. So specifically when we're looking at broccoli sprouts, glucoraphanin is a unique compound that has been shown in research to aid in combating breast cancer, along with other compounds that we see in broccoli, such as indole-3 carbanols and sulforaphane. These unique antioxidants can reduce estrogen dominance and also can have significant outcomes on fighting against free radicals. So we're gonna pack those in here.
Next up, we've got some beet greens. So when you buy that bunch of beets, tear off your greens so your vegetable doesn't lose that turgidity, and use these in your super greens cubes. I'm just gonna rip off the stems. Beet greens are going to support nitric oxide production, so we can see them to help with things like blood flow in the body.
Also, beet greens have a great source of betaine, which is a compound that has been shown in literature to support liver health. This can combat fatty liver or be a really important tool for anyone that has elevated liver enzymes, and it's gonna support whole body detoxification. Next up is watercress. So this might be a unique one to find at your farmer's market or grocery store. This is actually in the cruciferous family, but yet it doesn't have that fibrous nature such as we would see with Brussels sprouts or cauliflower that could cause gas and bloating. Watercress also can support diuretic effects, getting rid of extra body fluid that we don't want to hold on with bloating. Pack that in there.
And then last, in terms of our greens, we're gonna add a whole bunch of kale. And so kale is actually a fabulous source of a compound called sulfoquinavose, which has antimicrobial and specifically anti-candida impact in the body. The blender's looking pretty full over there, so I'm gonna stem some of this kale, save these for the compost or for the chickens, and just put in the leaves because I think we've got enough fiber at this point.
Yes, and in order to make some room, I'm gonna start some blending. So you only wanna add enough water to get the greens to be blended down or broken down. So I'm gonna start with about 1 cup. And this is where, if you are using a Vitamix, you're going to want to use the tamper attachment, which will help to press down the greens. All right, so we have more than enough room in our blender now at about halfway full to add in all of the added kale and then top it off with the E3 Live. I did end up adding 1.5 cups of filtered water. You maybe only need to start with 3/4 of a cup, but I wanted to get it blended down fast.
All right, kale's ready to rock. And this E3 Live is actually a source of blue-green algae. So we often hear about spirulina and chlorella and things of that nature, but oftentimes those algae are actually going to be sourced from China, which is not ideal. This actually contains what's called AFA, and this is a superior source of blue-green algae. So we're gonna throw in a teaspoon here just for good measure.
All right, look at that mineral-rich color. So let's get that in there. All right, so we have this vibrant, rich, super green base, and I'm going to pour it into these large square ice cube molds, and then we're just going to set it to freeze. And as Becky said, these can be added to, the first thing I think of course, is a green smoothie, but I also like to blend it into bone broth and make like a cream of greens soup. All right, what a great way to pack in 6 different types of leafy greens with, yes, a little bit of mess on the forefront, but throughout the week, this is a great way to enhance nutrient density to your family.
Be sure to like this video, comment below if you've tried making our super greens cubes and how they are saving time in your household, and be sure to subscribe to the Naturally Nourished YouTube channel so that you don't miss one of our bi-weekly releases, especially next week when we bring you the green smoothie made using the greens cubes.
5 to 6 different sources. Did you get my schlap? Cheers!